Hi guys, so this week actually was really crazy for me. I didn't have time to really film, so I didn't do anything, and I figured I want to paint my nails and maybe I can just do this casually again and then just show you what I'm gonna do with my nails. Today I'm trying to do a glitter gradient. So I posted a picture on Instagram just a few days ago and it seems like you guys really liked it. So I figured maybe I can just do that again and show you how I do it here. And it really isn't that difficult, and I mean, nothing is perfect. So I'm just gonna show you how I do it anyways. So right now I have this base color and I am not about to take it off. This is a cream shade from Formula X and Kat Von D's collaboration, and the color is called Lovecraft. So you can see that I have a little bit of a tip wear like right here. I painted my nails about 2 days ago, I think. So they are a little bit worn, but not too bad. So of course, ideally, you can just change up your nail polish because of the tip wear, but we're all busy. We probably don't have time for that. So a few things you can do to make this up is, one thing is to just give it another coat on top of this, and I'm sure that will cover the tip wear. Or you can just put a glitter on top. Usually glitter would really cover up any imperfections. So this is a glitter I picked today. But of course today I'm gonna do a glitter gradient. It's a little bit fancier, but it kind of works the same way to cover the tip wear. And this glitter specifically is from Sinful Colors, you can see, and the color is called Love Sprinkles. I got this a little while back already. I don't think they still sell it. I'm not too sure. So it has some white hearts and some little light pink and white little dots thingies. I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out. I have no idea. It might look not that great, but we're gonna give it a try. The only tool you would need is a sponge, and I got this one pretty cheap in Walgreens, and they have a pack of maybe 20 or 40, a lot of them. I use them for nail art a lot, so this is what I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to get started, and I would talk to you as I'm doing things. I actually took my ring off. Sometimes they're annoying when I'm doing my nails, so here you can see this glitter is chunkier glitter, and then the base is just clear, so I don't really care about losing the base. A lot of times glitters in this form are so thick and they don't really perform well on your nails because there's just too much base and not enough glitter, and you ended up having really thick polish on your nails but not enough glitter. So you can definitely use sponges to do that as well. You can see that I just put some nail polish, or this glitter nail polish, on the edge right here. This color is a little hard to tell because my sponge is white. But the good thing about using a sponge is that the sponge would absorb the base. So the base polish, which is clear, it doesn't do us any good. It's just absorbed into the sponge, and then you only have the glitter on the sponge, and then you have a little bit better control where you stamp it on. So let's see, I'm just gonna put it at the very tip of my nails. So let me try it out. So just kind of like that. So now it doesn't look quite like a gradient, but you're gonna come back a few times. So you can see pretty much all the glitter on the sponge is gone. So we're gonna put some more on it. This is of course a little bit annoying because how thick it is, or how much polish there is compared to the glitters. So I'm trying to wait until the polish is all absorbed into the sponge, so I don't have to deal with a clear polish but only have pretty much glitters left on the sponge. It takes a little longer, but you can see that it really isn't messy. I didn't have anything on my finger or cuticles, so it doesn't require much of a cleanup, which is really nice. So of course you could do something fancier if you want. You can do a sideway kind of glitter, or you can just do half and half, or you can do gradient. It's up to you. So let's see, I'm gonna try to do it one more time now, but now I'm gonna bring it up a little bit higher so I have that gradient look, and I'm only gonna stamp it higher once, so that way I don't have a ton of glitters, and I would stamp on the tip a little bit more, so that way it's a little bit more dense on the tips and less dense in the middle of the finger, so it has more of a gradient look. Looks like I did a little bit too much over there, but Well, the gradient isn't very obvious now. So this is too slow. I'm gonna just put polish on both sides so that way I can do two sides at one time once I wait it dry. So this week we were really busy and I don't even know what happened. I guess mainly just taxes. I've been procrastinating this whole time and finally I decided to do our taxes. Once I start doing them, I realized the W-2 that my husband's company gave him, there was a mistake on it. So when I was doing my taxes, it wouldn't let me just e-file it. I have to request a new W-2. And of course, you know, like for bigger companies, the HR takes forever, and then they said they're gonna hurry, but we still haven't got the amended W-2 back yet. So I just don't think we're gonna meet the deadline for the tax return. So I just filed an extension for us, and this is the first time we ever filed an extension. I had no idea how to do it, but it actually wasn't that bad at all. And it's actually interesting. This year, the tax date is actually on the 18th instead of the 15th. But still, it's too late for us. I don't think we can meet the deadline. So we filed the extension and now we're just waiting for the W-2 to come over. And I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? And you can see that it's actually really easy, right? You're just stamping it. You pretty much have the glitter on your sponge and then you're just carefully placing them on your nails, and it really doesn't take that much effort. And once you top coat it, everything's gonna get smoothed out and it's gonna look great. And of course, I would suggest you to actually have a dry base. So if you just painted your base color, you probably should wait it until it's completely dry, because you can see the stamping thing, it's gonna lift up your base color if it's not completely dry. So usually I use this as a cover up for tip wear. That way, you know, I don't have to sit around and wait for my base color to dry, but also like I can spice it up a little bit the next day when it doesn't look that great anymore. So you can see that I've been putting glitter on all sides pretty much. I just didn't like waiting for it and I wanted to work a little bit more efficiently. And you can definitely do that, and I think it's just fine. So a lot of you guys said you would like to see me using cuticle oil and then do like a cuticle care routine. I'm sorry I'm not doing it today. I mean, I'm not even like painting my nails really, so of course I'm not gonna do that. But also I got a really bad cut on my middle finger. I was cooking and then the can opener actually cut through it. And it's actually really bad because it goes right through my cuticle. So I couldn't really change up my nail polish a whole lot, because the nail polish remover would get into it and then it just really stings. So I probably would wait until that is healed and then think about doing some nail colors again, and maybe then I would do a nail care routine, more complete version. It's always awkward to do my right hand because, you know, I'm right-handed, so my left hand doesn't work the best. So my right hand nail art always comes out to be a lot more ugly compared to my left hands. So, I think that's fine, right? So of course you could be stamping or you could be just rolling it. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. I don't do this very often, but certainly a way. See, you're just like rolling the sponge onto the nails. and then it would like get more of the coverage of the glitter from the sponge, and you're not like wasting much. But I like stamping a little bit better, I feel. So at this point, I feel this sponge is too soaked on the end. So it's like if I put more polish on it, it wouldn't really absorb anymore because the layer that's right on top here, it's pretty soaked. So I'm gonna change up a sponge so that way, you know, the clear base could be absorbed a little bit faster and better. So yeah, 2 sponges, I think that's enough. If you're using like a normal cream polish to do a gradient, I would kind of wait until it absorbs a little bit too, but not as much as this. So I think probably 1 sponge would be enough, but I mean, those sponges are really cheap, so I'm not too worried about using multiples. All right, so I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. And again, I think my left hand looks a lot more better. A lot more better? Is that a word? A lot better than my right hand, but I think I'm satisfied with it. I mean, nobody's gonna really like stare your nails up one by one and say that you misplaced one glitter. So I'm pretty satisfied with that look. I think it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. So now I'm just gonna top coat it and then make sure that everything is smooth. So again, I'm still using my Naked Manicure Glossy Seal top coat from Zoya. I like it okay, like I said last time. It's not fast drying, but I don't mind it at all. Especially right now, I have a dry base coat. It's gonna dry in no time really, so I don't really need a fast drying top coat. I think this one works just fine. And another thing about nail polish drying, I think I've always been telling my friends that, so you know, after you paint your nails, they're slightly still a little bit damp, and then you go touch things and you mess them up. So I always tell them, you know, of course you're gonna try to avoid touching anything, but the key is to go really slow. So like with your hand movement, if you're gonna reach into something, always go really slow, and then that really brings out your awareness of your surroundings. And sometimes you are just so used to doing things, you think your nails wouldn't touch anything, but it would. And by going really slow, you could really like think about each step, and then you're much less likely to touch anything. My cuticles really dry. I didn't really moisturize them in the past couple of days. So I would probably wait until my top coat is completely dry, and I would use a little bit cuticle oil to just rub it in. Nothing fancy, but they definitely don't look the greatest, especially with this cut on my finger. I just don't want to do anything to my cuticles, which is probably bad. I mean, like 9 cuticles are suffering because of this one, so but that's my logic, you know. If I want to do something, I want to do to all 10 of them. I don't want to just leave that one finger out. So I haven't really been doing anything with my cuticles, and they look really bad now, like really dry. So I really need that cut to heal ASAP so I can take care of my cuticles now. And a lot of times, like, you look at someone, they have a really nice looking manicure. I think a big part of it has a lot to do with how their cuticle looks. So you would paint your nails and your paint is perfect and there's no like mess up spots and whatnot, and they still don't look very well put together. it's mainly because of the cuticle. So you really have to take care of the cuticle and the nail shape, and then like the actual painting job is almost like secondary, I feel. So that's just how I feel about things. You can see now, if you really look into it, you can still see my tip wear like right there, or a little bit along the edge on my middle finger, but they're not obvious anymore at all. So I'm really happy with this look, and I'm gonna wait until it dries a little bit, and I'm gonna rock this for a few days. Let me know if you tried it out, and let me know your color combination as well, because sometimes the color combination could be tricky. You pick a glitter and a base and they just don't go along very well together. So if you have a really good color combo, leave them down below. I would be interested to know, and sometimes you will find something really surprising. So yeah, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.